A, a. I put on music, they probably shut my live down. They be like, that party is too lit. You cannot. You hear me? You cannot be up in there doing things. Anyways, I'm in here. I'm here, y'all. When y'all get in the building, drop in and say, what up? What up? What up? Ding, 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 ding. Meanwhile, shoot. I'm almost tempted to go get my Black Panther and read it. Do that, get my reading in, and then I can do my recommended reading for Black Panther number 4 in time to do a video. Yeah. Yeah, y'all follow through, man. Come on in, sit in, get comfortable. Yeah. Okay. I'm good. I'm good to go, y'all. Put that down. Put that down. In the building, different flow. Ooh, hang on a second. Oh, I had to make sure I had the thick Ethernet cable in, because sometimes it'll be, D-Steezo in the building. We live. What's up, partner? What's good? What's good? What's good? Oh, Theo told me to tell y'all he got in trouble on YouTube and he's suspended for a couple days. So he ain't disappeared. He ain't sick. He on YouTube suspension. I didn't even know YouTube had suspension. They got suspension. Oh, okay. I guess he ain't suspended. What happened? Did you appeal it? Did you appeal it, Theo? I was just telling them about it. Did you appeal your case, man, and threw yourself on the mercy of the court, bruh? What happened? What happened? Spill. Tell us what's up. Because I might go crazy and do some outlandish stuff myself too. Say some stuff about you can't post. Oh, okay. Wow. That is effed up, bro. Maybe that's something. Maybe that's something. Because you said it was in somebody else's videos. I'm like, that's nuts, man. Why are they suspending folks for stuff that was already in somebody else's video? Why don't you just give a warning? That's what they do. Well, that's what they do at Facebook. Maybe YouTube, like, I don't even want to see it. Shut down. Forget you. Beat it. Scram. But yeah, Theo, you gonna be on you can still rock on Insta and you can still put stuff on Twitter. And dare I say, you could probably Facebook might. The video you did is still up, but you can't post? Or are you saying the video of what got you suspended is still floating around? I assume it's the latter, right? Nah, it don't sound like no copyright strike. It just sounds like they being selective about what they do and how they do it. Maybe because, yes, Grand Madam, and how you doing? He is in YouTube jail. Yes. But like I said, we got other platforms. He can still do his thing on Instagram. He can still do his thing on Twitter. So you posted it on Facebook and didn't have no. Yeah, what the hell is? I don't get it. What is their major issue? Why are they acting stupid? That's That's crazy. That's great. Anyway, well, brother, we are glad you are here in the building with us tonight. Cause I got a little bit of stuff I want to talk about. First, I think it was I think it was May Kent who first told me. She said she saw something on Twitter that they are going to be delaying Black Panther 2 again, probably until 2023. If that's the case, good grief, Charlie Brown, the writing is on the wall. On the wall. That don't make no kind of sense. That don't make no kind of sense. So, Ray Smith, glad you could make it, sir. Glad you could make it. All right, it's a baker's dozen up in this mug. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised either, Grand Madam. I don't see why. Yeah, I do. You ever been like doing something different than everybody around you, and everybody around you is saying, why are you doing it like that? Don't do it like that. That's not gonna work. And you just keep trying to shove that square peg into a round hole. Just keep trying to shove that square peg into a round hole. That's what Nate Moore and Ryan Coogler are doing. Well, Ryan Coogler more so than Nate Moore. Nate Moore is allowing him to do it. So yeah, delays ain't enough. Also, after this, probably tonight, maybe later on tonight, if not very early tomorrow, like midnight, I'll be dropping a video, and the title is 5 Reasons Why I'm Not Going to See Black Panther 2. So y'all be on the radar for that one, because I actually have fun doing that video. Okay. While we on the subject of Disney, I read an article the other day. Actually, I saw something about it back in 21, but I read an article today that was talking about Disney Plus contemplating showing R-rated material. What y'all think about Disney Plus showing R-rated material? R-rated material from the people who brought you Fantasia and the Jungle Book. These are strange times. Strange times indeed, my friends. I never. That sounds weird. All of those words coming out of my mouth in that order. R-rated Disney movie. These thieves will say it makes sense if they already own it, and from a business standpoint. Well, what about tradition? What about tradition? Yeah, the mouse does indeed want to show more adult content. It comes right on the heels of the announcement of the Netflix characters making their way to, actually, the Netflix material from Netflix is going to be on Disney Plus, and a lot of that is much booty as Luke Cage was getting in that series. Theo said, I don't really have an opinion. I'm thinking if the story calls for it. Yeah, I was looking at the previews to Moon Knight, and Moon Knight looks hella violent. You know what I'm saying? He's straddled on top of somebody, just pounding them to death. I mean, yeah, that could be PG-13, but if they showing that much in the previews, what's going to be in the actual show? You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, Grand Madam, to me, that's exactly what it is. Tradition versus versus the bags. They like, we could get a little more money if we had a. I'ma sip my tea. Yeah, they do have parental settings. And I don't think it's so much that they're worried about parental settings as it is those self-same kiddies you talking about circumventing said parental settings. And I've seen it done many, 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 many times. So if there were no R-rated material for them to attempt to circumvent, they wouldn't be circumventing it. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is. We might as well just assume that Disney is the House of Mouse ain't all squeaky clean like it used to be. And by the way, for those of you who care, they got a new Proud Family show. Now, see, that alone is enough to make me say, all right, I'm gonna watch Disney Plus. Because the Proud Family used to be my show because we watched it as a family. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, back then they were still bringing people together. That's when they had what was it, Disney XD and other. They had like 3-4 Disney channels. Yeah. So ultimately, I'm with Theo. I don't really have an opinion on it because my youngest child is 14. So bring it on. Merge with Pornhub for all I care. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Kaladi Brothers. I wonder if Kaladi Brothers would let me be would be a sponsor for me. Goodness gracious, because I drink a lot of tea. And so I stay flushed. Oh, on to some angry topics. Can we get on to my angry topics? Because these topics have me very angry. Only D plus shows I want to watch this year are Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, I mean, Moon Knight is like one of my favorite characters, but they got to do it respectfully. You know, I'm like, they're just incorporating stuff from all over the place. You know what I mean? Moon Knight came out in 1974. They combining stuff from 1976 with stuff from like the 1980s with this recent stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, yeah, slamming it again. Already see the continuity issues there. So maybe they'll work it out. Maybe they'll work. I don't know. Maybe they'll work it out. Oh, Theo, you still trying to get that Folger deal, Theo? I hear you, bro. I hear you. Hey, start working them now. So when you get past a certain number, you already got them, you know, up and in your face. Yeah, you agree. You agree because you're a Moon Knight fan too, Diesel. I know. So on to the rage topic. I'm gonna go ahead and get this off. The anti-lynching law or the Anti-Lynching Act ain't a law yet. As we all know from Schoolhouse Rock, I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm stuck up here on Capitol Hill. Yep, it's gone through the House. And you would think, right, that an anti-lynching bill would pass unanimously. Not so. There are 425 representatives in the House, as we all know from school, and 422 of those representatives passed the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act. Now, first of all, here's my thing. And I did a video last night, and I noticed a lot of y'all didn't watch it. Shame on you, because I put it up right behind that Recast T'Challa video, so you can't say you didn't see it. I ain't mad at you. I still love you. I know y'all, sometimes it be some issues. You're like, ooh, D done went off the deep end tonight. I'm not messing with that one. I know, Grand Madam. I know. Yeah, I've been on this, man. I was even on the radio, man. I was on the radio going ham Wednesday about it. Just like, really? Y'all are tripping like that. Tell me how a law making anti-lynching or making lynching a federal crime infringes on somebody's freedom of speech. That's what Representative Massey from Kentucky said. Anti-lynching laws infringe on one's freedom of speech. What? What in the hell are you talking about? Then on top of that, just like I said in my video, it's called lynching. How is lynching not a hate crime? Other than the desperados back in the day, Clint Eastwood and John Wayne and hang 'em high and all of that stuff, you was hanging people because that was the law back then. Not so much now. And I don't know, maybe it might still be one or two states that execute mugs by hanging them, or you can request, oh, I want to be hung or something like that. That's one thing. Theo said that's one of the symbols of that the South is. It must be, because if your argument about lynching is somebody infringing on your freedom of speech, that says a whole lot about you. You know what I'm saying? So not that it's inhumane, not that it's messed up. Oh, little history lesson for y'all while I'm thinking about it. The anti-lynching bill has been going in and out of the House of Representatives since 1882. Yes, that's what I said, 1882. Between 1882 and 1986, anti-lynching legislation was shot down 200 times. 200 times in 104 freaking years. And then it just got reintroduced in 2019 and got shot down a couple times then. It took 120 something years. Yeah, and the three representatives who was against it, Kentucky, Georgia, Texas. Hey, like the Senate said, if it makes me feel uncomfortable, I'm going to sue you. That's a noose. I'm suing you. Ain't that basically what they try to do in Florida? You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to sue you because you made me feel uncomfortable. That's some bullshit. I just excuse my language, y'all, but I them folks is unreal sometimes with some of the stuff they say, just the double standards and hypocrisy and all of that shit. It's just like, are y'all kidding me? You could say that with a straight face. You could look me in my eyeballs and say that with a straight face. You're infringing on my right to be able to lynch someone. Ooh, ooh, Grand Madam. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it sure will. When they find, yeah, yeah. How y'all like that strange fruit? You know what I mean? Goodness gracious. 104 years. They was trying to get that stuff passed for 104 years. Don't tell me nothing about folks and racism. Don't tell me nothing about hate. And we got that under control. I always tell people all the time, it isn't going to be. You say these things, you say you give Texas credit for barbecue, but that's it. Shit. Ain't Texas the state where they tied that kid to the back of that truck and dragged his ass like Indiana Jones? Yeah, I give Texas credit for a little more than barbecue, bruh. Plus, Kansas City's barbecue is way better. Anyways, what I was gonna say was, if nah, never mind. You know what? That I'm not. Yeah, all I'm gonna do is get mad if I voice it. So I'm leave it alone, and I'm already kind of okay. Um. Wow. Wowee. Okay. Um. So if it passed in the House. That means it's got to go to Senate. Yeah, I know y'all. I know y'all. I know lynching was a national pastime. Okay, but we got just like with this recast movement, you got to shine light on stuff like that, man. You can't just be like, oh, well, I get that, get the way that it is. Um, the last lynching on the Eastern Shore here in Maryland was supposed to be in 1936, and those folks think they should be patted on the back for it. Well, at least 422 of them either had the good sense to say, I better do the right thing or keep my mouth shut. These other three morons decided they was going to, voice their opinion and confirm to people that they were racist rather than have us sitting around wondering and assuming that they were. You know, um, I don't know, man. I this kind of stuff makes me want to rattle people's cages, and I ain't got no problem going and doing that. Because I am not my grandparents. I'm really not. I'm not my grandparents. And I feel like sometimes the other folks test boundaries constantly, continuously, on all levels. And I ain't just talking about Karens. They test you everywhere. I mean, for me, it boils down to like a lot of passive aggression. When you talk about things like this, and people don't want to discuss it honestly. I ain't got no problem with a white person feeling the way they feel about lynching if it's contrary to what black people feel, but make it make sense. Okay? Just go ahead and say, I hate you. Just go ahead and say, I think all of y'all should be swinging from trees. Just say that. At least that way I know who I'm dealing with, and I don't have to deal with that cloak and dagger stuff or that double talk or I didn't really say that. That's not what I meant when I said that. When everybody see that you a racist, then you start backpedaling. Theo said, what have we shown them different? Even when some of us stand up, they will find one of us to publicly say it's okay or that it's our fault. Theo, we can't save them all. You know what I'm saying? We can't save them Candaces. We can't save them Stacys. You know what I'm saying? We can't. They just gotta be what they are, and the rest of us just gotta keep pushing and pressing. I mean, and to me, it ain't even pushing and pressing no more. I'm in their face with it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yeah, that's right. That's what I said because you said what you said. And if you got the right to say what you're saying, guess what? I got the right to say the shit I'm saying too. Deal with it. Ain't no cowering. Ain't no, I'm tired. Ain't no, Don't let the, what my man say on Nutty Professor, don't let the gray hairs fool you. You'll step up, but you'll walk back with a limp. He said, man, that stuff dead. That stuff dead. The NFL players complain about racism, but go play, but will strike over pay. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Ain't that on them? Sometimes you don't realize all the power is in your hands. If all the black NFL football players stood up at the same time, or even better, took a knee and said, we ain't playing nothing until y'all act like y'all know. Give us about 10, 15 black head coaches up in this mud or make it even. You know what I'm saying? So we complain, but what schools do we send our kids to because we have bought into the narrative that HBCUs are inferior? How, Sway? Shit. I get an opportunity to send my baby to a HBCU. Guess what? Okay? Who? Man, HBCUs are popping. You know what I'm saying? And if you are the member of a fraternity or a sorority, shit, you set for life. You know what I mean? So yeah, I ain't sending my child to no Harvard or no Yale or nowhere like that. I mean, if it's a little on the side thing to add to a degree, we can do that. But as far as nah, man, I don't. It for us, by us, bruh, in everything, all things I can. All right, from my laundry detergent to the clothes I buy to the, you know what I'm saying? If black people owned a car company, I'd be buying that car. Okay. And that's the only reason I don't own, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah. We are the only ones that can change that narrative, Grand Madam. Us. We can't be sitting around. So just like, and that's what I was gonna say. We waiting. Well, not us, but non-people of color are waiting on us to change their minds and change their hearts. That's not how that's going to change. They need to do self-examination and realize the stuff I've been doing and the things I believe are backwards, ass backwards. Okay. And I need to address this person right here like a human being, not like someone I'm superior to, not like someone I have the right to talk down to because I stole from them what should be theirs and built a legacy off of it. Remember when Ole Miss had the rebel mascot and the flag in the middle of the field while we played there? Yeah, okay. I can see y'all. I can see y'all done went down the rabbit hole with me. I love it though. I'm curious as to how we send our children to Ole Miss knowing what that name means. The name of the school is the University of Mississippi. Heck, the mascot is still the Rebel. Huh. You could say a lot about representation. You could say a whole lot about representation. But can we bring this back around to lynching? And I'm here. I see in the comments, lynching's a pastime. Lynching's what they did. I get that. But what's up with pushback against it? Why is there pushback against it? And why in the hell did it take over 100 years for it to finally pass through the House? Them people, those people. I get it. I mean, what are we prepared to do instead of look at everybody else and say what they ain't doing? Because I know one thing for sure, is I'm wearing a blue hoodie. We are our own biggest critics. You know what I'm saying? We criticize ourselves way tougher than anybody that ain't black are. We the ones that's talking down to us. We the ones that's telling us we can't do it. We the ones that's hating on us. More than anything else, I deal with more stuff from black people saying what I can't, ain't, won't, don't, not gonna do, rather than white people telling me that. Graham Adams say, I went to Morgan, which is not an HBCU, but predominantly black, as is Hampton. There is a strange counterproductive narrative to stay black, but fit into the same old system. Boom. Ding, 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 ding. Graham Adam Terrell, you win the $64,000 prize, figuratively. Yeah. So when we gonna create our own? I thought that's what we was in the process of doing. We always start, but then we get tired. We always move forward, but then we take 3 or 4 steps back. And here I am criticizing us, not in a negative way, but in a factual way. Numbers is numbers, facts is facts, data is data. We dropping 1 trillion, just us, in this economy. What are we getting out of it? That's legacy. What are we getting out of it that's long term? What are we getting? Dooney and Burke, Gucci, PlayStation. That's what we getting out of it. Get some damn land. Build on that land. Oh, but they trying to. I hear you can get land. I'm gonna tell you how you get land. You get land from people you know. You get land from people you know how to move in those venues. Bam, right there, what Graham Adams said. Ostracize those politicians, alienate those who associate with racists, distance, build our own. Tell our own stories, man. F them. That's what I'm saying. Man, y'all finna get me started again. Don't get me started again. You know what I'm saying? I am so serious about creating a character called the Onyx Tiger. Okay. And saying, you know, much as I love all of this, man, if this is what I have to do just to be represented on screen, I do it my damn self. I ain't got to depend on Nate and Ryan. Obviously, they aren't very dependable. Hey. Yes, Theo. Yes, build our own leagues. Beat the man. Ain't that what they've always done for decades? Marvel came out with Prince Namor the Submariner. DC came out with Aquaman. DC came out with Deathstroke. Marvel came out with Deadpool. Black Panther, Red Lion. Bruh, same stuff. How is it any different? Onyx Tiger. Grand Madam said, land is a start, but it starts with family, community, and ends with legacy. You know what? I have no reason whatsoever to disagree with you. I agree 150%. Grocery store, supermarket, hospital, school. Grocery store, supermarket, hospital, school. Get your own. Get your own. Make your own. Once we got that, you duplicate that. And you duplicate it and duplicate it and duplicate it and duplicate it. And this is the 2000s. I wish somebody would come through and try to burn mine down. Okay? It what it is. Yes, sir. You are absolutely right, Theo. Yes, it was 5 brothers, various ages, all educated, do things like that and grow that. Yes, 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 exactly. We united voices are louder voices. If I'm standing in a room hollering by myself, all I get is echo. If I'm standing in a room with 6, 7 mugs, I get echoes. And they fill the room. Wink, wink. See what I'm saying? See, these Diesel? Yeah. Been riffing off each other for that's what I'm talking about. If they can do it to each other, why can't we do it to them? See and mess around and make something iconic. Let something of mine go worldwide. Yep, we can talk comics just as well as the next demographic. We just have to support one another. Watch and embrace us and ours and not be. Hey, when Greg Burnham and Marcus Williams did Tuskegee Airs, they did a Kickstarter for it. They made $20,000 in 18 hours. You can do it. It's just like y'all. It can be done. We just need to get behind each other. We just need to get behind each other. And that's not to say everything got to be, aped from them and morphed into something different. We got unique ideas. We got original ideas, and just sprinkle those unique and original ideas in there with those revised ideas and create your own universe. That's how that stuff works, man. Ain't that literally what Jack Kirby and Joe Simon and all of those cats did back in the 30s when they seen DC Comics blowing up? Oh, we could do that. Let's make us a comic. And they was called Timely Comics back then. And Timely Comics had a comic called Marvel Comics. But it's a lot of OGs in here, so I'm not finna go into that story. We already know what the deal is. No, Grand Madam, you didn't hear me say $25. You heard me say $20,000. Yes, Theo, we do. We have the Council of Wakanda filled with action figure customizers, t-shirt designers, artists, authors. Hey, imagine if we did say, let's do our own. And I'm doing it. because this makes no sense. This is my thing. This is my thing. And this is why I say in the video about the recast I got going tonight, 5 reasons, when that goes up, is you can't ignore a petition with over 55,000 signatures on it and national attention. It's got national attention. And ain't nobody, not one person from Marvel said anything about that petition. Do they got a gag order on everybody at Marvel? Like, if you mention this, you fired. Because ain't nobody saying nothing. Inaction is action in and of itself. Them not saying anything about recast T'Challa says a lot. We can take the storylines from the Orishas and update African American folklore. Already in there. Shango and Ogun are deep in my universe. So yeah, I'm in there. I'm in there. Sound healing. There's a guy here in Alaska, Grand Madam. He's got a thing he does called sound therapy for people with Alzheimer's and dementia. Is it anything similar to that? Oh wow, man. Y'all get me started, man. Closing in on 60,000. You on a Kickstarter, D? Oh yeah, I gotta I gotta announce it too. Man, that was one of the first things I thought of. You know what I'm saying? Was like, they always using Zeus. They always using Hercules. They always using Thor and you know all of that. And Egyptians cool, but there's more than just that. You know, anytime you know we want to do something and represent us, why we always got to go Horus? Why we always got to go Osiris? You know what I'm saying? It's more out there, man. The Yoruba and Ashanti, and man, they got tons of stuff. And what I like about that is all of those beings, or at least most of those beings, started off human. They ascended. So, yeah, absolutely, 100. This is great. I like to get in here and get excited, and we talk each other up, and just I might do a little bit of writing later on tonight. You know, I'm working on a project. I need to go check on my artist because I ain't heard from him in a couple days. I hope he's still alive. Speaking of African guys, what are we thinking? Oh, the recast T'Challa, DC. I see. I'm tracking you now, bro. What are we thinking about Bass and Thor 4? What I'm thinking about Bass in Thor 4 is that they might try to kill her. And that is going to piss me off monumentally if they try to kill her. Yeah, yeah. Well, 50, 60, yeah. Well, a bunch. You can't say you didn't see that yet. Okay, 60,000 cigs, man. When they go 100,000, they need to storm Disneyland with pitchforks and torches. I'm playing. Don't nobody tell nobody I said storm Disneyland with pitchforks and torches. They'll believe. especially when it's a black person saying it. They come to my house, try to do me like Bobby Seale. I'm laughing, but I'm dead ass. Anyways, talk to me, people, about colorism. Talk to me about colorism. Let's talk about colorism. That's what we're gonna wrap with, y'all. Colorism, because I'm at the 45-minute mark, and the grill is fired up. If you know what I mean, I'm getting ready to go KC style barbecuing this bitch. Anyway, so the other day, I think it was Marcus on Back of the Bus, and they were talking about I hear you, Grand Madam. I hear you, Grand Madam. I hear you. I hear you. But you know who we dealing with. And you know they ain't got no problems with, you know what I'm saying? Because they, you know what I'm saying, they wipe everybody else out. Why is Odin dead in the MCU? Wow. It now, question, is that disrespectful? Because I know back in the day when I saw, and see, I don't want to say it because see, I'm out of respect. If I can hold my tongue respectfully here, I should be able to hold my tongue respectfully anywhere. Okay. Yeah, don't get me started on Ragnarok either. But Grand Madam, is that a disrespectful term? And in I mean, in your purview, is that a disrespectful term? I mean, because I mean, man, it's I don't know. It's just it's a thing. It's a thing. I don't know what do you say? I really appreciate your complexion. You have a lovely complexion. Your skin is beautiful. I guess that would work. Grand Madam, where's I okay, I can work two subjects at the same time. Where did this idea of killing gods come from in the first place? In Chinese mythology, if you kill a people's god, you can yeah. Well, obviously the Caucasian deities don't feel that way because the true Ragnarok is basically a great big universal murder. The forces of evil kill the forces of good, and the forces of good kill the forces of evil, and then Surtur comes with a great big sword and torches everything. Red bone, yellow bone, yes, it is disrespectful. And that's why I said, okay, so if I don't know your name, but I like the way you look, I could just come up and say that instead of catcalling or those kinds of things. You know, I had gray hair. I've learned. You know, I trust me. You know, it's not worth the trouble that will ensue from it. But what I wanted to get at about colorism is, take for instance, okay. Well, I was getting at back to my previous thought. The actress Zoe Saldana. Okay, that's the chick who plays Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy, Colombiana, all of that. Now, with the exception of the movie Drumline. And I had to go look this up because I heard somebody say it in I think it was in Marcus and Josh's video. Zoe Saldana is always involved in romantic relationships with white characters. Grand Madam said colorism equals a colonialism mindset. Okay, so bear in mind too, Zoe Saldana is Dominican and Cuban. Before anybody say anything about the boat ride, I already know. Now, this is my point. And I know this for a fact because I know many Cuban and Dominican people. A lot of them don't consider themselves black. You looking dead at them. You know what I'm saying? What? You know what I'm saying? They don't. Yeah, I ain't got nothing against the movie Drumline. I'm just saying that was the only time Zoe Saldana was in a romantic role with a brother in a movie. You go back and check it. Any other movie Zoe Saldana's been in, she's romantically involved with white boys. So now, is that a symptom of a bigger problem? Yes, that's my point, Grand Madam. She don't consider herself black, but had the nerve to try to play Nina Simone in a movie. I don't consider myself black, but if you paying me to be a black person, I'll do it. And we do this all the time. We refer to ourselves as black. And I know my man Theo done pointed this out many times. We ain't black. We've never been black. Look at my glasses frame. My glasses frame. My do-rag is black. Look at me. I do not look the same color as these damn glasses frames or this do-rag. So why do we persist on saying black? And I'm guilty too. I'm not pointing anybody out. I'm guilty too. Why do we do that though? That's an example. Who said it? Graham Adam. Colonial mindset. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Dirty D Diesel. She called Crazy Heat for it, and she didn't catch Crazy Heat for it from me because she didn't look like Nina Simone. She called Crazy Heat for me because she had the audacity to play a black role when she swear up and down and sideways and in between that she's not black. Well, if you ain't black, then don't try to play a damn black role. That's how I feel about that. How is her playing Nina Simone not considering herself black? Okay, I'm going to answer that in two parts. So, and bear with me, it's going to be a very ridiculous example, but an example nonetheless. If I play Bruce Lee in a movie, do I think I'm Chinese? 23andMe says I'm 3% Asian. That only works with the drop of blood with black people. It don't work. It don't work that way. It don't work that way with any other nationality? Does she consider herself black? To answer that question, hell no, she don't consider herself black. She didn't play Nina Simone because she thought she was black. She played Nina Simone because she thought she could look the part. It ain't got nothing to do with what she feels, because she shows it with every other action that she makes in her walk in life. Period. She shows that she don't consider herself black or believe that she's black. And she clings to that belief, as many of her countrymen do. Good point, Grand Madam. Not every melanated person is black or African American. Aborigines in Australia, though they look black, have the same complexion as black people. And I've been there, I've seen them. They are not black. So there are no lovers of black comic book characters on that movie. How is her playing? I'm gonna read again. How is her playing Nina Simone not considering herself black, while the actors and actresses on Black Panther don't respect the character of black people and where they are from? I haven't heard every person on Black Panther's set say what their thoughts are. I see what their actions say, and that could very easily be explained away by saying we doing it for the bags. Do we think Angela Bassett doesn't love black people? Do we think Angela Bassett doesn't respect black people? Angela Bassett in her civilian life is very active in community activities in the black community. She runs theater programs for young black kids, so she's technically pouring into the future of black people. So I'm saying I can't draw that assessment based on a movie. I don't know what them people do the other 24 hours of their day or whatever, but I see Zoe Saldana talking. I see Zoe Saldana walking, doing, being, and she ain't doing it. What she got well, I ain't gonna say mixed. She has a child that is of more than one race, because she is not married to a black man or a Dominican man or a Cuban man. Okay, so she just caping for the cameras when she doing all of these theater programs and all of that kind of stuff, and giving money to HBCUs. I mean, not a lot. Nobody ever gives a lot of money to HBCUs, but I mean, it is what it is. It's if I'm gonna make an assessment based on a cursory view, I could be wrong. But if I make an assessment on what I constantly see a person doing, I feel more comfortable doing that. I'm not going to take one isolated incident and say that person is. I could use Bill Cosby as an example, but that would be a horrible example. Because there are people who are of two separate camps. They're split down the middle. And bear in mind, Theo, do you think what's going on with that show is done to make things divisive betwixt us? If we're divided, if we're mad and we're at each other's throats, we ain't gonna have time to cape for the cause, because we're gonna be too busy being at each other's throats. That is a tactic that Willie Lynch often used. The house Negro and the field Negro. Let's set them against each other. And that these things was how the conversation came up because of how Storm is often drawn in the comics. Why does she have that look if she's a Kenyan woman? Theo said, if Marvel has heard about the protest, then safe to say she has too as well. So she hasn't asked herself any questions. Yeah, I bet she's asked herself questions. And I bet one of the questions she's asked herself is, if I decide to speak out, are they going to fire me and replace me with somebody else? It's about the money at the end of the day, Theo. At least that's what I see. It ain't got nothing to do with what nobody think or feel or tradition or what they care about at this point. They all they doing they all these interviews they've been talking on and talking about Chad can't be replaced and all of this stuff. They are there for a paycheck. Period. They've heard of the petition, but I would be willing to bet you any amount of money you want to bet, Theo, that they have been told to keep their damn mouths shut about that petition. I guarantee you somebody higher up done said no talking about the recast T'Challa petition. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. That's why you ain't heard not one single one of them say anything about it. Grand Madam, I have a wife of super mixed lineage. My children are of mixed lineage. Their thought process is because they have all that blood flowing in their veins, they can consider themselves any of those. They cannot consider themselves any of those. That's a choice. I mean, the only time it comes into play is when people are concerned about what your allegiance is. Who do you stand by? Yeah, yeah. I mean, was I trusting Angela or Lupita or any of them from Rip? Nah. I'm just telling you what they doing. I here's the overlying message. I'm not putting my faith in anyone whose job it is to pretend to be something that they're not. No matter how prolific or iconic they are, especially in a situation like this, they're actors. They get paid to pretend, regardless of the color of their skin, regardless of what we think their allegiance is. I mean, it would be nice at the end of the day if everybody had a Colin Kaepernick mentality and were like, I can't be bought, I can't be, moved by any of this. The reality of the situation is everybody ain't got that kind of integrity, as you can see. I mean, they are who they are. If you want to continue to love them, you can continue to love them. If you want to hate them, you can hate them. If you want to be neutral, you can be neutral. At the end of the day, it's about knowing. For me, it's about knowing. If I'm in a room with a bunch of people, I want to know who in that room got my back and who don't got my back. Do I think there are people on the set of Wakanda Forever who don't like what's going on? Yes. Do I think there are people on the set of Wakanda Forever who don't care one way or the other? Yes. Okay. You can't tell me everybody on the set of Wakanda Forever has the mindset of Invasion of the Body Snatchers and they just a hive mind thinking, breathing, and doing the same thing. At the same time, it's some people that decide, damn, I don't want to do this, man. But my daughter got leukemia and I gotta pay and do, it's all, we don't know what's going on from day to day, bruh. That's just where I'm at with it. At the same time, I know what I want and I know what I want to see. Especially when it's something that I have had an association with for 30, 40 something years. Yeah, I have more than just a passing involvement in seeing that done the right way. But then again, I got father figures that will be the last thing you expect to be father figures for me. And that's a video for another day. There you go, D Steezel. Like I said, I just did a video, 5 reasons why I won't be going to see Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever. So at the end of the day, I really don't give a damn what they doing on the set of Black Panther 2. Because if there ain't no T'Challa in that mug, y'all could keep on doing whatever it is you doing on the set of that movie, because I don't really care. I'm gonna keep bombing on you. I'm gonna keep telling people about, I'm gonna keep exposing all of that, all of the inconsistencies, all of the lies, all of that. But at the same time, I can't tell them mugs what they can or can't do. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Black Panther's an IP, but it's not owned by them, but it ain't owned by me either. That's why I'm so strong on go get your own on your own, because even if they do recast T'Challa, are they gonna recast it the way he should be? Or you know what I'm saying? It's a mixed bag. I ain't scared. Don't get it twisted. I ain't scared. But I'm saying people will do a lot of stuff when it comes to money. Exactly. Exactly, Theo. Okay, we talking about a bunch of different people here. That's what I can see from the comments. This is what happens when you field a bunch of topics at the same time. Okay. By no means or stretch of the imagination am I letting folks like Nate Moore, Kevin Feige, and Ryan Coogler off the hook. It's just like in the military. You got folks in squads, okay? Those squads form platoons. Those platoons are ran by somebody. The person in charge of the platoon has to answer to somebody else. So if I want to get to the bottom of some shit, I can either go to the rank and file and depend on them to tell me the truth, or I can go to the higher ups and say, what's going on out here? Who you think gonna tell me the truth? The rank and file or the higher ups? Yeah, that is very sad, Lawrence. We do not get to see canon. We do not get to see continuity. They don't care nothing about that. Yeah, Theo. We want the higher ups. But how do you get to the higher ups? See what I'm saying? What's the definition of leadership? The art of influencing men's minds in such a way as to gain their willing respect for the accomplishment of a mission. It's the influence that comes from higher up. Woo! Wow. This has been wow. Wow. Okay. This was a deep discussion. This was a very deep discussion. I got a lot. That grandma said Lupita's wrapped herself around Winston Duke like she did Chadwick Boseman. There's definitely no loyalty there. She's not interested in recasting T'Challa. She's about that paper. Okay. But at the same time, Theo, we want to make it unique too. I mean, the at least the way I do is like this. The framework will be made from their stuff, but the guts of it, original material. I wanted T'Challa, Namor, and FF in the same film. What my mama used to say, wish in one hand and shit in the other one and see which one fill up first. Yeah, Grand Madam Doom Morris would have been amazing in live action, but you already know it. You already know it. Is it wings on that money, Diesel? Fly away. Fly. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's they billions flying away. That's them billions they ain't gonna be seeing because they flying away. Goodness gracious, man. Okay. Me, I'm finna go eat. Or more accurately, I'm going to prepare stuff to eat. Barbecue gonna be so good, y'all. The barbecue gonna be so good. Y'all just don't know. This was a very engaging and rousing conversation. Y'all asked questions that that evoked deep and deliberate thought. Theo said, movie ain't gonna make money. We just don't need to let them steal the narrative as to why. Yeah. In a nutshell, that's it. I mean, I feel like the movie ain't gonna make no money, not because of anything we're doing. The movie ain't gonna make no money because of what they doing. They the one doing the stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? We just telling people what they doing. They gonna shoot themselves in the foot. We don't. I can stand right back here in the corner and be like, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, put Put Riri Williams in there. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead and put Regis Jean Page playing some undisclosed role that you don't want to tell nobody. It probably but Casper Cole or Hunter, them the only white guys that or half white or somewhat white guys that could have anything to do with Black Panther or Wakanda. So it's probably one of them two. Oh, just give the mantle to Bucky. He already, you know what I'm saying? Just ridiculousness. Come on, man. Help me help you help yourself. but you won't listen. They won't listen to nothing nobody say. So made me want to holler, throw up my hands. Yes, it does. Hour 15 minutes, y'all. This was good. We dove in. We got deep. We got real deep. We got subterranean up in this piece. I like it. Let's do more of this. Let's have more of this. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Grand Madam, Theo B, D Steezel. I guess Ray Smith disappeared. My brother Lawrence Wissett is in here in the building. What's up, bro? All right, y'all. I am about to biz ounce. Grand Madam say I predict that Wakanda Forever will be streaming on Disney 30 days. Yeah. Let me get that some. Let me co-sign that. I agree 1,000,000%. Okay. All right, y'all. I get out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Come back next week. Check out the video. I'll be dropping a video later on tonight after I get done eating my barbecue. All right. Y'all be good. Be good to each other.